The Art of Short Selling by Kathryn F. Staley is a comprehensive guide that delves into the complex and high-risk strategy of short selling in the stock market. The book distills the necessary skills and strategies for identifying overvalued companies, assessing the timing for short sales, and managing the risks associated with this contrarian investment approach. Here's our pick of the top 10 insights from the book. 1. Short selling involves betting against a stock with the belief that its price will decline, exploiting market inefficiencies rather than following the crowd. The dark art of short selling, as Staley wittishly illuminates, is like being the party pooper of the Wall Street bash. While others guzzle down bullish cocktails and revel in share price spikes, the short seller is the sober skeptic, scouring footnotes and balance sheets for the tiniest whiff of corporate misadventure. This breed of investor dances to a contrarian tune, profiting when stocks nosedive into the dungeon of devaluation. It's a financial game of "I told you so," where spotting an overhyped unicorn wearing bubble-wrap sneakers can be as lucrative as finding a needle in a haystack made of cash. 2. Successful short sellers rely heavily on meticulous research and financial analysis rather than mere speculation or rumors. Successful short selling is less about crystal balls and chat room chit chat and more about donning the detective hat, digging through financial statements like a raccoon in a dumpster, searching for the leftover shrimp of suspicious accounting. These financial sleuths prioritize hard facts, dissecting balance sheets and income statements with surgical precision. They find joy in footnotes that most skip like leg day at the gym. It's not about catching a wave of pessimism, but riding the tsunami of truth they've uncovered through relentless investigation. Call them the Indiana Joneses of the investment world. Except instead of ancient artifacts, they're unearthing inflated revenues and concealed debts. 1. Short selling involves betting against a stock with the belief that its price will decline, exploiting market inefficiencies rather than following the crowd. The dark art of short selling, as Staley wittishly illuminates, is like being the party pooper of the Wall Street bash. While others guzzle down bullish cocktails and revel in share price spikes, the short seller is the sober skeptic, scouring footnotes and balance sheets for the tiniest whiff of corporate misadventure. This breed of investor dances to a contrarian tune, profiting when stocks nosedive into the dungeon of devaluation. It's a financial game of "I told you so," where spotting an overhyped unicorn wearing bubble-wrap sneakers can be as lucrative as finding a needle in a haystack made of cash. 4. Short selling requires a disciplined approach to risk management, as losses can be theoretically infinite if the stock price rises. Diving headfirst into the risky pool of short selling without a floaty of discipline could lead to a portfolio drowning in red. The Art of Short Selling by Kathryn F. Staley serves up a cautionary finger wagging. If you decide to bet against a company's stock, remember that while your gains might hit the ceiling, your losses could dig through to the Earth's core. It's a financial thriller where the villain is the ever-rising stock price and your defense is a robust risk management strategy. Helm this ship with care, or you might just find yourself screaming, "Iceberg ahead," in the treacherous waters of the stock market ocean. 5. Contrary to popular belief, short sellers provide a valuable service by uncovering truths that may lead to more efficient markets. While short sellers are often portrayed as the financial world's supervillains, skulking in the shadows of the market's alleys, they're more akin to the detectives of Wall Street, though not always greeted with a welcome basket. These market sleuths sniff out overvaluation and corporate shenanigans, providing a reality check when irrational exuberance inflates stock bubbles like whimsical balloons at a child's birthday party. By placing their bets against these ticking time bombs of overpriced stocks, short sellers can actually help burst the bubble before it gets big enough to take the economy down with it. So while they might harvest profits amidst corporate misery, they also keep the market's feet firmly planted on the ground, reminding us that gravity still applies, financially speaking. 6. A common misconception is that short selling is unpatriotic or destructive, but it can actually prevent bubbles and promote market correction. Oh, the much maligned practice of short selling. It's like the black sheep at the market's family reunion, getting side eye from its equity optimist cousins. But hold your ticker tape. Short selling isn't the financial bogeyman many make it out to be. It's the plucky underdog that sniffs out economic fibs and overexuberance. By betting against overvalued stocks, short sellers are like the unsung heroes who pop the balloons of speculation before they can lift markets into the stratosphere of unsustainable bubbly heights. So, next time you hear short seller, think less of a corporate raider and more of a market vigilante, caped in spreadsheets, crusading for equilibrium with every trade. 7. Short sellers must be adept at reading market sentiment and timing their positions to avoid being squeezed out by temporary price surges. Understanding the fickle mood of the market is like trying to predict the next plot twist in a telenovela. Unexpected, often irrational, and always dramatic. For the sage short seller, it's less about having a crystal ball and more about mastering the art of market psychology. Timing is everything. Jump in too early or out too late, and you're the main course in a feeding frenzy of bullish investors. The artful shorts dodge and weave through the market's euphoria like a matador, avoiding the horns of a sudden price stampede and waiting for the inevitable moment when gravity remembers its duty and brings a stock back to earth. 8. The best short selling opportunities are often found in companies with high valuations based on hype rather than solid financials. Imagine a company that's like the emperor strutting around in new clothes, but in reality, it's parading all its financials in the buff, basking in the hype of the market. That's the golden goose for short sellers. Staley's sage advice points out that these overvalued hype beasts, sporting astronomical price tags not backed by the strong scaffold of robust financials, serve as a decadent buffet for the shrewd short seller. It's like finding a unicorn that everyone believes is magical, but when you look closely, it's just a horse with a party hat. When everyone is toasting to its splendor, the well-informed short seller is quietly planning the after-party cleanup. 9. Short selling is not just for professional traders. Retail investors can also participate, but they must do so cautiously and informatively. Short selling, the financial world's high stakes game of bet you it'll plummet. It isn't just the playground of the Wall Street wolves or those with Bloomberg terminals for a nightlight. Yes, even the retail investor, from the comfort of their own home, can join the soiree of skepticism. But beware, this is no reckless clickfest in a discount broker's app. It's a quest that requires the equivalent of financial night vision goggles, thorough research, nerves of steel, and perhaps a comfort pillow to squeeze during market upheavals. So, if you fancy betting against corporate behemoths with the audacity of a modern-day financial David, say a little prayer to the patron saint of prudence and dive into the numbers with the zeal of an accountant on a caffeine binge. Short cautiously, my friends, lest your portfolio cries the blues. 10. Market conditions such as regulatory changes, macroeconomic shifts, or sector specific troubles can create ripe environments for short selling. Think of market conditions as the brewing storm clouds for short sellers. When regulators start fussing with rules, it's like a dinner bell for these contrarian investors. They just can't wait to sit at the bearish feast. Economic shifts are like the seismic tremors that tell these financial daredevils that the ground might just crumble under overvalued stocks. And oh, when a whole sector catches a cold, short sellers are ready with a wheelbarrow to catch that a coup in market capitalization. These are the moments they dream of. When the rest of the market is singing in the rain, short sellers are out there, prancing with their umbrellas turned upside down, ready to cash in on the downpour. To sum it up, The Art of Short Selling by Kathryn F. Staley intricately explains how short selling, through rigorous research and strategic risk management, plays a crucial role in market efficiency and correcting overvalued stocks. Short selling is not merely for the seasoned professionals, it can be a tool for retail investors too, provided they approach it with caution and thorough understanding. Thanks for watching and hope you find valuable insights in your financial endeavors.